All right, we're gonna do some exercises basically called a step down. It's basically trying to get the end range control in your quad. So when you do these, you're gonna have your fins in the back slots, slots 2 and 3. And I'm gonna have you squat down just enough to where you touch the foot down towards the ground. This should be a 100% pain-free motion. It's important to note that we're not looking to do a pistol squat at all, right? It's made to last about 30 degrees or so that we're concerned with. And we're gonna do 15 reps. And you're gonna take your board, flip it back over. Again, you're gonna put your fins in the back slots. And what doing this does, even though your board's not pivoting, it's static, right? It's helping you root through the foot properly to make sure we can steer our knee straight. And also by dropping forward, it winds up helping you load your knee a little bit more. I know people talk all the time about not letting your knee go in front of your toe, but the reality is, as you walk and run up and down steps, right, your knee has to move in front of your toe. If you're running downhill, your knee has to move in front of your toe. And what we're trying to do is to develop nice, strong cartilage and patellar tendon strength to tolerate those loads. Always making sure we keep pelvis nice and level. All right, next exercise is called the helicopter split squat. So we're gonna do 2 different split squats in this routine, and the first one is trying to make sure we keep a nice vertical trunk, right? So as you squat forward, I actually wanna get that knee forward. What we're trying to do is load the quad. This is a very large range of motion for your knee, but it's only half your body weight. So the load is safe, and again, the goal here is to get that knee as far forward as you can. Most of you feel a nice stretch in the back leg, opening up the hip flexors. It's a great way to dynamically work on some range of motion. And again, trunk as vertical as you can. The tightness in the hip will prevent a lot of folks from getting true vertical, but you're gonna try and maintain that position, getting that knee nice and forward. When we're starting out, we're definitely using just body weight for 10 reps. As you get better at this, you're welcome to hold weight in front of you, and we call it like a goblet position, right? So you can grab a backpack, kettlebell, gallon of water, whatever you have to help give you a little bit extra load to weigh and support and stabilize that leg. So for the skier squats, you're gonna basically put your fins in the 2 and 4 slots, and you're gonna start with your feet, both feet in the board, on the outside edges. What you're gonna do is you're gonna drop down into a squat, and we're gonna pulse the knees up and down for 10 reps. The goal here is to make sure we keep our knees tracking below our hips and above our feet, with a nice quiet torso and a nice quiet pelvis. So you're basically gonna come up, down, 10 pulses, and back up. We're gonna do 5 repeats of these. All right, these are called airplane split squats. So I want you to take your hands to your hips. I want you to lean your trunk quite a bit far forward, right? So your foot is on your Mobo in the even slots 2 and through 4. And so your foot's back behind you. We're using a pair of stall bars here at Mobo headquarters, but at home you can use a chair, bench, or ottoman, right? So the key thing here is that the hips are going back to front and not necessarily up and down. This is gonna shift the bulk of the load in this into the hip muscles and away from the knee muscles. So the most important thing in these is that we're keeping our knee nice and bent as you come down with a nice, straight, solid shin. You see Jen's gonna have her hips going back and forward, right? So we're pushing down just enough with the big toe to maintain that Mobo nice and level. And again, that knee stays nice and straight and square. As hips come up and down, again, torso is always forward. Knees always tracking over the toe. So we're screwing the big toe in and screwing the hip out. All right, so now we're gonna do weighted tippy birds. So you're gonna grab a weight in one hand, and the idea here is you can either use a gallon of water, works great because it tends to shift and oscillate, which makes you work on stability, or you can grab a heavier weight. This can be a backpack filled with books, this can be a cinder block, this can be something you got around your house. The idea is we do want to put some load through this, and again, make sure that we're hinging from the hip joint. It's really important in this that the back stays nice and straight and elongated. Again, use that same cue about looking where your chest is. Imagine you had a GoPro strapped to your chest, and exactly where the GoPro points is where you want your head looking. This makes sure we hinge from our hips and don't cheat from our back. We'll get 10 reps. We'll flip the board back over. Again, fins staying out in even slots. Again, I'd encourage folks, the first few times you do this, try with a gallon of water. The shift of the water, it makes it kind of challenging in terms of stability. Once you get good with this, I'd encourage you to start to add some load. Again, feel free to go heavy. Mobos are quite strong. You're welcome to hold pretty heavy weights if you'd like to really load the posterior chain in the hip.